Hey all, welcome to the first video of 10NL Zoom for table. PokerStars site. Been grinding these limits for um, quite recently actually, the 10NL. I have played a lot of 25NL. For table Zoom, and I just found the win rate over like 30,000 hands. I was 35,000 hands roughly. I was a break-even player, so it was hard to get there really. But it's unfortunate with the Kings here. We have been winning quite well at this stake, which is decent over the past, I think, 4,000-ish hands, give or take. So what I'm doing is just applying a small ball poker approach to Zoom, which involves position raising and position sizing with raising. So for example, under the gun would be 3 times or 2.5 times a big blind. I tend to make it 3 times in Zoom, and in later positions it's always just a min raise, and it's usually uh, half-ish sizing bets, pot size bets, just for minimal risk, C betting, etc. So, for example, with the ace four, a lot of the time we're winning the pot either pre-flop or on the flop, especially with 9-9 queen. But here we lose the minimal amount, continuation betting. Nines here, I think, are a good spot to take down the pot. We don't really want to go into a four-way, four-handed action. If we do flop, even just have the overpair or something, it's not going to be much in comparison if they are, playing tens or jacks or something like that. So yeah, that was just crazy players uh, stacking off like that. So calling, I'm just making a couple of notes when I can, which is very important. A lot of people I find these days aren't taking notes or worrying about betting patterns, etc. at Zoom, but it's quite important. Especially if you want to increase the red line in your game, just stealing, knowing when to steal, etc. I've found that with this strategy, my red line is staying pretty steady, and I'll hopefully be able to show you the graph. I will show you the graph at the end of this video as to how I've been going and running, etc. Especially doing the min raising with late position like 2-4, it really disguises your hand. So if you do flop, trips or something similar to that, uh, it's very well hidden. Here with the queens, I think that we're getting it in. It's very hard for me to fold and just smooth call here. The only hands I can think of that are a threat are hands like 10-8, Queen Jack suited. I think it's rare that we'll see a half size bet and a call if they have a set. If I'm wrong, so be it. I'll take the variance. Here with the ace high flush draw, we're just going to check it down to keep control of the pot. And obviously just betting for value with the nuts. So we'll see what this player was calling with King 9. So even hands like this with the 10-4, it's just a min raise pre-flop and then half size bet on the flop typically takes it down mathematically. with the small ball approach, it is, well, I'm finding it to be quite beneficial and obviously profitable to be doing this. I know a lot of people and a lot of online players that fold way too often at Zoom, and the EV is just extremely low due to that. Uh, Table, this is just crazy. I mean, obviously we can't do much here, but it's a good time to be playing by the looks of it. So yeah, with the small ball approach, basically, essentially it's small pots, and then when you have the big hands, you're essentially getting max value because if anyone, which is unlikely, is paying attention to or how you're playing, you can profit from those guys, especially the regs and things like that at these limits, which there are quite a few of. With the King Jack, his three betting range is Ace Jack. He's stealing 24% of the time, so we can put in a nice three bet here to hopefully take it down. If we do get called, we obviously have some nice value with this hand, good range against his stealing range. If we do get raised, we can easily get away with it. Get away from it, I should say. So hopefully we'll be recording today for around 20 minutes, and then I'll just go into some statistical information for a minute, just to show how I've been running over the last couple of days just playing this limit in comparison especially to 25NL, which I'm finding to be a lot tougher. This strategy is effective at 25NL, but it is very hard to get action. Players playing one table, so we can safely half size bet the pot, and if continue we can easily just check it down, check fold it. So we are opening with hands like King Jack. Obviously 6 max zoom is very important to be opening a lot wider than what you would normally. And we're checking here. We do have obviously a flush and straight draw, but once again the small ball approach is just to take control of the pot and be in control of it for hopefully the whole way. It's hard for us to bet here. I think this player's calling with, A7 or something like that. Yeah. Here I think it's safe to put in a bet. I think he'd be checking down a lot of the time with Ace Jack, which I think he has. That's what I put him on. That's why I made that bet. Jack 7. So we're going to charge an extra big blind for the open under the gun limp. So I'd really enjoy it if you guys could leave comments on this video down below, just for purposes of my own training, and everyone else, if they're watching, can get some information and improve their game. It would be very beneficial and much appreciated. So with the Queen 2, I'm never folding to a min raise pre-flop. This player isn't stealing much, so what we can do is check. Just calling this is okay, but I think the line that we need to take here is a 3-bet. I will 3-bet quite light, given that he isn't stealing much. So that way we do have implied value on the flop from our raise, given that if he hasn't got an ace, and obviously we flop something, we can take the pot. This player is more than likely to have ace 10 or something like that. Make a note on that. So as you can see, he's not stealing a lot, so his stealing range is roughly, queen jack. I think the bottom of his range would be, maybe 9-10 suited, doubtful, but that would probably be just at the edge. Obviously putting in a nice raise here, and we will once again with the ace queen suited. It's got a flat call. It's a good flop for us. Obviously 10-10-3. I think a c-bet here of roughly, just to scare away anyone that's floating with ace king. We're just going to get the money in here. If he has a 10, he has a 10. There's not much we can get away from here, given the stack sizes, etc. So we can see this player is stealing 50% of the time. We do have 10-8, but typically we're going to win the pot a lot in this situation. Whether it's a pre-flop raise or a c-bet, we do. So we can make a note on this player if we wanted to, but the poker track is taking care of that with just the fact that he's stealing and calling quite lightly. You can see I stick to the same similar betting patterns whether I have something or whether I don't. Now with this raise here, we can easily put this player on a hand like King Jack, pocket sixes, pocket jacks maybe. It's hard for me to continue playing here just given that this player is only ever doing a raise like this with a hand stronger than ace king. So I'm just going to fold. Let me know what you think. I know it's probably a thin line to call a fold or raise, but I just feel like I'm beat there. If not, I'm flipping in some way, shape, or form, or slightly ahead. Obviously, just pot it to the very end here. Checking here is fine, but will I call an all-in shove? I probably will. There's no reason for me to check fold to a bet. This player could have ace 9, 10. It's a really tough spot here. I don't think I'm ever folding. Checking would give a free card, so I'd want him to call with a diamond, 1 diamond. I'll see what the person had. Pocket 4s, wow. So you can see that it's really hard to put people in hands when, well, I mean it isn't, but it's really hard to expect something when they have really no clue on value betting or pot size betting, or they're just calling the whole way thinking they have it, which is great for us and makes our decisions a lot easier. But that sort of situation where I don't think I'm folding, especially given the range of players here. You know, they could have ace nine with the ace of diamonds or 9-10. I really do like the run it twice feature. I think it helps a lot with the huge swings at Zoom. And I would recommend it for those that are finding that they're losing a lot of flips, or just to enable it in the menu to always run it twice. It can help, especially against kings and aces, you know, just to give that little bit extra chance to lower the variance. So with hands like ace two here, it's just not profitable long term to play small ball. I mean, it would be. I think it just depends on obviously a few variables. Ace three, you open yourself up to being raised a lot. If you're min raising with ace three in middle position or something like that, it can be quite profitable. But I'm finding that the game that I'm playing currently is working for me, so I'm not looking to alter it just yet or make any drastic changes. For example, opening wider or getting too creative, because that can be the downfall of most players, especially at the micro limits, being far too creative with their hands. I mean, I will often open under the gun with 6-7 suited or 10-8 suited just to mix it up. This plays pretty tight. 1917. That's right, just below average, I believe. I would assume for. Going to keep betting with King Jack. We're ahead of so many draws. Obviously, Ace Queen is a simple check, check, check. You don't really want to put in money into a three-way pot unless the flop came quite dry. Then it's usually profitable to see bet. Here with the sixes, we're just checking. I mean, we do have obviously a gut shot here to the lower end of the straight. I mean, we're behind so much here. I think it's an easy fold. Let me know what you guys think there. Players playing one table, he's raising instead of shoving. I mean, if I had ace king, obviously I'd shove here. So hope you enjoyed the first video back. I intend to make at least one of these sweat session live NL Zooms a week. I hope you guys can join me and help give feedback. Obviously, I do have, if you guys want to check out the 2+2 poker forums, I have a thread there which I've just started, which has got my poker goals and etc. Which obviously I'll be linking videos to that and hands and my graphs to improve the game. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.